Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm mad nervous. It's gonna be 444 just now. God, it's 444 now. Um, Hi Jungkook, if you're watching this. Um, I told you I was excited to film this video. Um, it's been a long time. Sorry for making you wait for so long. I tried to film this video before, but I was crying like a fucking maniac, so we're gonna try this again. Take two. Um, I wrote everything I wanted to say down, but I don't know how it's gonna come off or like come across, so I'm gonna try my best. Okay. So 2019, I knew what I was walking into after that vlog when wearing that pink sweater. Remember, I was hoping for the best but expecting the worst kind of thing. Um, so I was staying positive as best I could. Um, it was a toxic situation. I had to like pick my poison with the choices I had. Um, and you're probably gonna be like, what the hell does that mean? I had to pick, like, they're both, because I bled a lot between 2019 to now, so I had to pick blood or like worse bodily pain kind of thing. I don't really want to talk about it. So the spirits told me not to do it, but like, because I'd get hurt, right? I wasn't really looking after myself. It was really bad. I only went through with it because I want, like, everybody, like, in career wise, I kept seeing people purposely getting remember, like, I don't know if, how do I explain this? Like, you know when I said, like, when you have to, like, when someone tells you not to touch the stove, you have to get burnt to understand why you're not supposed to touch the stove. It's kind of like that. I saw a lot of people, like, purposefully, like, they're in a situation where they know the stove is bad but they're still burning themselves kind of thing. So that's why I went through with what I went through. I want to understand why someone would willingly want to burn themselves kind of thing, because I knew I had to help the others. I didn't know like what was going on. I wanted to understand like what I could do. So I heard like a lot of people say a lot of horrible things about me, like in front of my face and behind my back. It got like, it was so toxic. It got to the point where I wanted to jump in front of the train one day. Like, I was so fed up. I just, like, on my way home, I was gonna, yeah. um um it took me a while to recover. I had a spirit help me get home. I was feeling drained all the time, headaches, blacking out, being up all night. Like, I hated it so much. I was worried that I was gonna start developing insomnia. Um, and I was like afraid that like when I fall asleep, I don't know what I'm gonna see. And so I used to, my phone would always be dead because I'd be up at night just on my phone all the time. And I know this might be like too much information, but like I was going through excruciating period pain. Like, it was so bad that I started to like track it. I've never had to like go through that. I never, like, I didn't know what was wrong. Like, I started panicking because I didn't know like where all of this was coming from. Um, and I couldn't read I couldn't card read because of my emotions were getting in the way. So I started going through like listening to music and going through my playlist and that kind of thing to kind of help heal because it was so bad. Yeah, so I had spirits help me out. One of them, I call him the doctor spirit because when we first moved in here, I used to hop fences a lot, so my knees would always be bleeding. That's a totally different story. I don't jump fences anymore. Um, but I was in the front yard. My knees were bleeding. I was left. No one's ever around me, right? So this spirit came to heal my knees. So he said I could bleed as much as I want when I was younger, and he said he could heal it right away because he said there's no complications. But he told me when I get older, there's consequences to healing me like that, right? So I didn't understand what he meant until now. He came back and I got to reach up with him. He looks so old. But he hovered over my body like this to heal my body. But he said if I want to heal faster, like there's consequences. And when I realized what he meant, I was like, oh my fucking god, why couldn't you tell me this when I was younger? So that's why I had to be gone for so long, because I had to pick my poison there. I had to pick my battles. I thought like he could heal me within 6 months, or it took 18 months. And I was like, oh my god. He made me eat afterwards and everything. Then that spirit that, I don't know if like I caught it on camera or whatnot, but the spirit that always makes noise that when I have to go to sleep and stuff, that spirit was really upset because it's always looking after me. Like it was mad at me because I didn't look after myself at all, and it was he's back now, but he's like upset because I put myself through that. But I didn't do it for myself. I did it for like the others, because I wanted to know why they would purposely put themselves in a position that'll cause them pain. You know what I mean? Like I need to know like why someone would willingly do that. I didn't know it wasn't because they were willing, it's because they were forced. And once I figured that out, I was like, oh my god, there's so many people suffering and I don't know how to fix that. So then I was really upset because after he told me that that news, right? I was like, oh my god. Flowers showed up, because then I started seeing, because when I panic, like when I feel like I'm about to die, then I can see like higher up guardian angels, right? My guardian angel saved me quite a few times from dying. But anyways, I this guardian angel showed up. I don't know if he's guardian angel status or not, but he's an angel, right? And he showed up and he told me it's about time I noticed him, because I was like, who the hell is this spirit sending me flowers all the time, right? Because I get flowers every now and then and I never know where they're coming from. And yeah, that's why I call this spirit Flowers. So this is the first time I met Flowers, so I'll describe him to you. So like he's like, I don't know how to describe age. He's like I don't want to say businessman, but like he's in a position of power. Like if you were to imagine a businessman in a suit, like that's how his energy feels. But the way he looks like a hippie. Like the way I'm looking at him, he looks like a hippie, but everybody's scared of him, kind of thing. So I only noticed his, like when I met him, I only noticed his. Oh my god. I only noticed, what the hell was that? I only noticed his sandals. And he said when I die, he said he'll give me a pair of sandals. But they're like brushing my hair in my sleep, and he's like healing me. And he told me time would go by faster than I thought, but it was really long, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't like flowers. Flowers to me are really eerie. Like it's the same thing as butterflies. When I see those things, it just makes me think of the dead. Like I start, yeah. So then I googled the meaning behind floral, like wearing floral, seeing that kind of thing, and I end up getting, according to Google, indicates happy encounters. Happy encounters. And I was like, oh god. So I like flowers. Flowers is really cool. I could tell he was an angel because as I'm staring at his feet, he's not walking on the ground. He's floating slightly, but he's staying close enough to the ground not to freak me out. And he told me he would take care of my guardian angel because I didn't know that so back when I was younger, anytime I felt negative energy and I lost any type of blood, I'd accidentally curse somebody, right? But that only happened like a few times. So I was really scared. So then I remember telling him to like get rid of my feelings, so then I won't hurt anybody, right? So he held on to my feelings for a long time, and I told him to like give them away to like a demon or something, like like I don't need them, right? Get rid of them. But I didn't know that he held on to them, and he was protecting my feelings this whole time, and angels aren't supposed to feel, right? So I didn't know it was causing him pain, and because it was causing him pain, flowers showed up because I was panicking and whatnot because I didn't know what had happened, what I did. um so angel the flowers looked after my guardian angel for me. And then like it was really weird. I was like, wait, are you guys related somehow? Like something fell off, and he said, yeah, they're brothers. And I was like when I look at them, like I don't know what their face looks like, but when I look at them, like I would never have said they're like related, you know. Flowers is like the younger brother, but he like the way he acts older. And then my guardian angel, he's so like, oh my god, he's too nice for his own good. um yeah, so I felt like dying because I didn't know what I had done, and I was feeling like trash, like nothing was going my way, and Flowers was there taking care of me. um I told mom about Flowers the other day. And then we were talking about like reincarnation, and then I didn't expect to hear to I didn't expect what she was gonna say. um so I gotta look into that. Like that's another crazy topic that I need to look into, because no one's gonna believe me when I say these things. um but as I was talking to Flowers, he said when I die he'll give me a pair of sandals. And he said I don't need shoes, but he said if I really want them, I can have them. Because I told him, because I keep seeing like snow in my sleep. I was like, I don't want to walk barefoot, and then I get frostbite and all my toes fall off. You know, you know, my toes freeze off. Um. So, um, then he said we were talking about like, the difference between, like he asked me if I wanted to come back as a diamond, and I told him no, I'd rather be graphite because it's more, um, um, uh, useful. I think that's the word. Um, yeah, I didn't believe Flowers when he said they were brothers. I was like, there's no fucking way. And then I remember, like, after my guardian angel got healed and he came back, and I told him go away because I don't want to hurt him again, right? And Flowers was telling me how like they're not gonna leave. They'll never leave me. Um. He said to them, being around me is like the best thing possible. Like I don't know how to explain this. Like it's like if they had to choose between, you know, like when you have to do chores, and then like I'm like the best chore. They'd rather do this all the time. Like I don't know how to explain it. Um yeah, so um after he recovered, I ended up getting my feelings back. So now I can't stop crying and that kind of thing. It's so fucking annoying. Now I'm feeling more strongly. Like I would have been happy to go my whole life without having to feel again, but now I can feel now. Um, and like like, it's painful now. Like I can't even joke with him or anything, because when I tell him like, oh, like when I talk about like hell and demons and that kind of thing, like he gets so pissed. He won't talk to me about that stuff. Um, so yeah, I can't. I wish I could talk to him, but I can't. Um, this his spirit thing's a butterfly. I fucking hate that. Ugh. So like I was talking about cursing earlier. So for example, my brother didn't want to go to school, right? Because the principal at the school was like in front of the parents, she was acting normal, and then behind the parents' back, she was doing awful things to these kids, okay? Right? And um I didn't like the feeling I got off this lady, and plus because I was feeling so awful, I was like, I can't take it. So I cursed her, right? So if she doesn't learn her lesson, right? Because she's fucking up these kids before they even get to, like, really live, right? Like, yeah, if she doesn't learn her lesson, the curse doesn't come off, right? So now, like, I'm worried now because now, like, when I see shit like that where people are like taking advantage of other people, I can't just sit back and see stuff like that happening. That was happening at my internship and stuff too. That's why I bled so much. So I had to get rid of it. Now I don't need blood to like curse somebody, but now I'm scared because now if like I don't want to accidentally do something, right? Flower said, by the time my hair grows to my knees, I'll be able to vlog again. And he wasn't wrong, you know, like, if I didn't cut my hair would technically be down to my knees. And then he asked me, he said, because he's the gardener of this, whatever this garden he's taking care of is, he said, if I died and wanted to come back, what would I want to come back as? And I told him, I don't have to be a flower, right? Even though you're tending a flower garden, I don't have to be a flower. And he said no. So then I told him like something more useful, like a flower tree or a grape tree, so they can turn me into wine, or a hummingbird. And then because of the dragonfly spirit, I'll talk about him later. Or a dragonfly, because I think they're cool now. I could meet so many people because so many people live by the water. Yeah, so we were talking about all of that stuff. Everybody's in pain, everybody's healing, that kind of thing. So at that point, because I'm bleeding, right, and all of this is going on, my hands were damaged, right? So I couldn't hold my phone to film because my hands hurt so much, and they kept bleeding. So I couldn't even color. I didn't want to tape my work or anything I was doing with my blood. So I didn't have the energy to talk, right? So some of the stuff you see, like I can't. It hurts. I felt like a living zombie. Like the energy in my body is flowing wrong. Like I felt like I lost myself and I can't go back to the way I was. And like I was so upset that like I didn't want to film, so I couldn't film for the longest time. I didn't want you to see me in pain, right? So nothing's been going right, like since I started like focusing on my career now. That's why I took that Zoom call picture. Like I took that picture in the bathroom. So if you see the tiles, that's what that is. Yeah, I keep trying these interviews and stuff, but they all feel the same. They all feel wrong. Everything feels bad. I've been running into dead ends, and I have like no control over what's going on in my life, and I hate it. Everyone else thinks they know what's best for me. Like I know they mean well, but it's like I hate telling them anything because I started talking about like path A, B, and C. Right now I want to follow C, but like all of them are telling me to stick to path A, and it's making me lose the most amount of blood, and I hate it. So my boy Vic, he helped me not to get hurt. So I started talking to him about this, right? I told him about the whole dreaming thing, and then me seeing you, and then all this stuff, and Vic's like, oh, like, cause I know he wouldn't tell me anything to hurt my feelings, but to help me. But he's like, you know what all these other fuckers are gonna say, right? And he's like, how are you gonna deal with this? He said there's no solid proof. He's like, how do you know that Jungkook likes you? And I was like, I can feel it here. I don't. Vic said if this is real, he said to get you to do something. So Jungkook, if this is real, snap for me like this, so I could rub it in Vic's face and tell him I told you so. Go like this for me, please. Like you're lighting a match, like this. But Vic said if I can get proof, and you know, like I know this is real, but just so he'll have my back. Right? because he said I'm gonna have to deal with all the horrible things people are gonna throw at me. I know Vic's always asking me if I'm okay and whatnot. He's always been like that, like how I'm feeling, that kind of thing. He's a godsend. He kept me alive while I was in high school too, because I really wanted to die then, and Vic was there. Vic got me through some tough times. I want to make sure he's okay. Anna too. So for like uni, when I had like the falling out with everybody too, Anna was there for me too. I told her as well, and then they're the only two I trust with this information, right? Because I was like, this is so insane. What I'm saying is insane. What I'm doing is insane. This is insane. Anyways, yeah, I want to make sure they're okay, and I want to make sure they're taken care of. Vic told me to shoot my shot, so this is me doing that. And then Anna told me to slide into your DMs, and I was like, she makes it sound like it's so easy. They're really supportive. I can't, like, they help me retain my sanity. So my falling out with ex-best friend, I was telling her about what I was seeing in my sleep. Like, I didn't talk to her about you yet. I wanted to, but I didn't get to because all that shit happened first. But as I was telling her more and more stuff about my stuff in my sleep happening in real life, she couldn't handle it because her life was falling apart, and then she felt like I wasn't paying attention to her. So then we ended up having that falling out. Because it's like I'm chasing a dream and I don't know where it's gonna go. And everyone thinks like I'm stupid for like following something that might not go anywhere, right? Right, because everything else I've been chasing, the rest of the things I've been chasing in my life haven't been going. I've been hitting dead ends, so nothing's been going anywhere in my life. When I started this YouTube channel, you weren't my priority. Like, I wanted to die for so long before things got so complicated. Right? I wanted to like film and then die, or like help people through the videos and then die, or communicate and then die, kind of thing. But now, technically, now when I'm looking back at the situation, like everything makes sense now. So, I'm gonna explain this spiritually because I don't know how to explain it otherwise, because it makes the most sense, but I don't know if I want to label it like that. So all the relationships I have with my friends are technically soulmates, right? When like soulmates are like people that you have a connection with, but they're not like strangers. You know what I mean? Like soulmates could be like family, neighbors, friends, that kind of thing. Those are like soulmates. And then I'm gonna use Matt's analogy and call all the guys around me knights, okay? Because they were like, they felt really protective to me. They like being around all those guys. I could focus on my work and then move forward that way. Like I never had to worry about shit, right? They let me like work on whatever I was doing. So like if I wanted to I don't know, film or edit and stuff like that, they gave me a space where I could freely do that. So yeah, those are the, so I started off like talking with my friends like that, so soulmate kind of connection. And then when I started this channel, I started because I had a dream about Block of Ice. I call him that because he's so cold. He's cold-hearted as fuck. So according to spiritual people, they would label him as my false or my fake twin flame kind of thing. So by dealing with him, I started looking at like all the outer noise type of things. So I started looking at like, what if the dude I date is famous? What if he's like in the industry? What if he cheats on me? What if that kind of thing, right? Like all of the outside stuff. So because like I saw him in my sleep, that's why I started going to school for media and whatnot. And then the dreams I had. I dreamt about a kid spirit, and this kid keeps calling me pretzel because of the way I sleep. And it's always next to me when I'm sleeping by a window, and it's just light touching me, and it hovers over my head. Yeah, so that happened. So because of block of ice, I started this channel, right? Not knowing what the hell was going on. And then I came across K-pop, right? And then I started, and then I felt like, so there's like objects and stuff where like I'll look, or like I'm near them, and it feels like, you know, when you have still water and then you have like a pebble falls in the water and the water starts rippling. I get that feeling all the time with certain objects, right? So like my iPod, for example, I get that with my guardian angel. So I never had that happen with a person before, right? And I felt that feeling with you and with Lay. And it's when I watched Danger, that part where you could do that part with your neck. Like I felt it there. Same thing with Lay. Like I felt it like just watching those videos, and I knew something was something. I didn't know what was going on. So then, according to the spiritual people, Lay would be my karmic twin flame, right? So every time in my dreams, every time I looked for you, when I couldn't find you, I found Lay. like like I know Lay could give me everything I want, but then I started looking at the song lyrics because I knew something wasn't right. That's why I started talking about tattoo and stuff like that. And that video, I knew around then. I was like, something's not right. So with Lay, he started helping me focus on like all the inner noise type of things. So like how my life won't be the same. Like what am I gonna be giving up? Suppose like I don't know what I'm gonna lose. That kind of thing. Like when I thought about Lay, I was thinking about like am I good enough kind of thing. Whereas with like Block of Ice, it was like, do other people think I'm good enough, right? Like that's the difference. But I like looking at every time I listen to Lay songs, because every time I listen to the songs and the lyrics, I knew exactly what was gonna happen next. So like for example, when I listen to Tattoo, the part where he says competition isn't a thing now, I knew what he meant. Like, you know, I love Lay, but I don't love him, you know? Um he was right there. He knows um that like my feelings for you are stronger, right? Uh so don't be mad at him, okay? I don't know if you're jealous, and don't take your anger out at him, okay? He was very good to me. And wouldn't you fall for Lay? Like, look at Lay. Oh my god. Don't tell him I said that, though. I don't want it to go to his head. But I'm kind of worried, though, at the rate like he's going, because his energy's heavy now. At the rate he's going, he might go insane with like he's pushing himself too hard. In the lyrics of the songs, he keeps saying that I'm playing games with him, but I'm not. I'm not like interested in him in the way that he thinks I am. Like I don't like him that way. So I had a dream, and in the dream, I dreamt about like what it would be like if I just gave up and just chose Lay, right? And every time I pick Lay, every time I dream about Lay, it's just dark. There's no light, and I don't know where I am. I'm in like a separate room, and then there's this glass door, and then he's outside from this glass door. There's like this pool. There's light from the moon coming and hitting this pool, and he's like standing there, and he's taking a phone call on the phone. And he doesn't know that I'm like that I can hear what he's saying over the phone. But he gets a call. I hear this man's voice on the other end, and he said, he says you're dead, right? And then like I wait for Lay sees that I'm there, and then he hangs up. He ends the call, and then he comes toward me, and I'm waiting to see if he'll tell me what because he doesn't know that I heard what was said over the phone. But I'm like waiting there, seeing to see if he'll tell me that you're dead, right? And he hesitates, and most of the time he doesn't tell me. So then I end up getting all like I end up feeling like the worst feeling, and but I don't let him know that I know what's going on, right? So I end up leaving him, and then taking my own life. I end up every time I see the dream, I'm like, both of us are dead, and I hate that. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Oh my god, how do I move on from there? Anyways, I like that through his music though, he acknowledged my feelings for you, because at that point, I knew that my feelings were getting through. He's such a sweetheart. He's so kind. I feel so bad for hurting him, you know. Could you like help him there? Like I don't like I feel like if I interfere anymore, I'm gonna cause him more damage, especially when he looks at me and whatnot. Can you like this is like a guy like heartbroken problem. Can you like take care of that, please? But anyways, yeah, with all the with all like the everything I've experienced with everybody else, so like all my soulmates, with Block of Ice, with Lay and everything, like I wouldn't be the way I am without them. Like I feel like I was like a flower in a flower pot, and then they were shaping me up so I could reach you, you know? So according to everybody else, they're saying we're twin flames. And oh my god, like I don't know how I feel about that. What I know about twin flames is that it's really difficult and there's never a happy ending. But with you, like I don't like I could pick anybody, but I feel like my heart is empty. My heart belongs to you, you know? Like you're my missing half. my the missing piece. In my dreams I just wanted to pull you toward me. Like I dreamt like we were connected by like this cord, but like this cord's made out of like metal and rubber, and every time I pull this, like my hands are bleeding. I can't pull you toward me. And then I keep dreaming about like weird sounds. I keep hearing like it's like a cross between like